Like, what is this? 37 followers, 37 problems. Nah, 37 years, y'all. This weekend I done turned 37. I'm damn near 40. You know what I mean? So I gotta be a little bit more astute. You know what I'm saying? So I had to wear my glasses that I got for my birthday since I'm trying to be a little bit more astute. But as you can see, they're not just regular glasses. They got the little circles right here because they them new Meta glasses. I recommend you get some. One, helps with productivity, helps with shooting content, and they also look good. So, yeah, that's my little plug. I didn't get paid for that. I just actually really like them. There's probably like 1,000 more features that I have not figured out yet, but don't you worry. I Google something at least every day, and I will update you. But so far, shooting content, I'm about to drop a video of me going to the range with these. Top tier, hands free, good sound, good quality, and I mean, what else can I say? So that's what we're working with today, right? I'm not filming this, but this is on Riverside. But let's see, we're on. Okay, so we live. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on Facebook. We live on YouTube. Shout out to our LinkedIners, our Facebookers, and our YouTubers. Thank you for watching. And so today's episode is basically an update episode. We're gonna talk about everything that happened this weekend, my happy birthday news, how I managed to chill all weekend but also keep the business going, make some sales, etc., right? So if you are someone who knows about my mastermind program, then you know we talk about streams and digital products and affiliate marketing and blase in that mastermind download. If you don't know about it, don't you worry, because the link will be in the description of this episode. So if you don't know about it, go ahead and read that and figure out if it's something right for you. So basically, it's my way of pouring into people that are trying to start their own security company, PI company, or firearm training company, or something of that sort, right? In that realm of business, in that industry. So that is like my brain dump, and it just goes all over credit, government contracting, finding your niche, getting clients, and other things that I just mentioned. So this episode is kind of going to touch on those things, but not really teach on them, but just show you how I implement those things in my own business. And I don't just tell people what to do and don't do it. So this weekend, my birthday was on Friday, and so I decided, you know what, I am going to drop a sale, right? And so usually I am the home of the $100 course, right? So that's been my little sale niche since I started doing digital products. It's always good to have a sale on a holiday, because people are already mentally prone to buy on holidays. So it's not going to be unusual for something to come across their screen and them go, oh, let me click on it, especially if it has whatever theme or branding of that holiday, right? Now, it's not just a sale. You have to sell that holiday in a correlation to your business, whatever that business is. So it's good to have that, some themed materials, some themed content, video, pictures, whatever it is, but it needs to be themed, and you do with that. So what I did was I just decided, instead of doing flyer this year, I'm just going to do a video, talking about what I've experienced in these 37 years, in the last 5 years being in business, and I was going to drop a sale. But what the kicker was that the sale, everything, all classes from firearm training to security training and beyond, was only $37. Now you're probably thinking, $37, you ain't making no money, what you doing? Now just think about this though. You're sitting by the pool, you're chilling, and you're not making any money. Or you're sitting by the pool and you're chilling and your phone keep ding, 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 ding. You're getting $37, $37 here, $37. I'm drying off, 37 here. I'm swimming in the pool, whoop-de-doo, 37 here. I'm cracking jokes, whoop-de-doo, 37 here. Like 100% of zero is still zero, my guy. So if you're in, let's say, a drought, or you're launching a product, or you only get 2 sales a day, or just think that even if your prices were set higher on a regular day, dropping your price, and I'm not saying drop it to $37. Everything shouldn't be $37, because it does cost to take people to the range, ammo, eyes, ears, targets, range time, etc. But if I didn't, and I wasn't making any sales that day, then what's the difference, right? You're taking a price cut, but you're still making some money. And if you do it, if you have a $30 product and you only sell it 2 times, yeah, that's like, oh man, I'm not. But if you have a $30 product and you sell it 37 times, because ironically, it was $37 for 7 hours, and I sold about 37 of those things, right? And then somebody missed it and ended up paying $250 for the class the next day. But that's neither here nor there. They probably don't think that's funny. But anyway, it's just a tactic. Now, think about this. What is the result of that? Took a little price cut, but now you have emails and phone numbers. Now you have about 37 to 40 new people in your community. You have 37 opportunities to upsell. You have 37 new people to send your newsletter to. You have 37 more people where you can email them and tell them to follow you on social media. You got 37 more opportunities to create more revenue from these 37 people. That's the way you got to look at it, right? And then it just so happened that it was on my birthday and I didn't actually have to do any work. All I did was set up the pricing, set up the things. The class are already living elements on my website. So boom, some of them are fully online. Some of them are in person, just the wear and carry, but like the PI. And then I had ebooks, and I dropped the ebooks to $7, right? So they're usually 15 or 20. My de-escalation book is usually $20-25, so I dropped that to $7. I definitely did sell one of those on my birthday as well. And so it's just like some things that have been living on the website that haven't really been moving. Just think of it as products in your warehouse that are just sitting there creating, just taking up space, right? So digitally, these were just taking up space, dropped it, promoted it as part of the business, and promoted it as part of my birthday. And then now these are moving, and now other people are in your community, atmosphere, whatever. And now they're like, oh, there's other things, right? I had somebody who got the 2 ebooks and a course, right? And was like, yo, I've been waiting to get this ebook. But maybe $20 was too much, and their mind is spent on the ebook. Now you drop it down to 7, you got to sell. Now you got a student. Bought the ebook first and was like, you know what, I need to take the whole class. Boom. So it's just like how you think of it. Money is definitely the object of the business, obviously. But if you put money first, that's how your decisions will work. But if you go ahead and just do what your purpose is, your passion is, the money is a byproduct of all those things and will come. If I'm focused on doing this, going out to talk people, sending emails, other stuff will come. And I got a prime example of that. Like literally an hour ago, you're putting out a type of email that you've never put out before, targeting clients that you don't have yet. And then someone with that same criteria who you didn't email this morning calls you out of the blue and asks for things that's going to run once a week, every week, from now to the end of summer, I guess, right? So it's just like putting the effort in and not worrying about the dollar here, the dollar there. That's gonna come regardless. If once you start to put yourself out there, once you start to put your business out there, build a brand, do all these things, and put stuff out in the atmosphere. It basically is what I'm saying. So those are one of the things I did do for my birthday. Besides play with these glasses, is that I ran that $37 sale, which I really recommend people doing. Maybe not that price, but it was my birthday age, so I just did it that price. I usually do $100. So I just want people to know that sometimes you can do those little gimmicky things and get those people, because now that they're in your funnel, I guess we could say, now I am, after I getting people set up with what they're going to do, the next step is to take those people through what's next. If you bought this book, here's the class that goes with this book. If you bought this class, here's the next class you should take. If you bought this, here's an event that might go with what you're going to. Hey, you bought this and this. How about we schedule a 15-minute call, 10 minutes, because I really don't like people. How about we schedule a 10-minute call and see how we can get you to the next level here. Yeah, you should go to my mastermind if you're really thinking about, you know what I mean? So this is just a gateway for opportunity to go left, right, up, and down, right? I was watching a video the other day, and they were like, yeah, we schedule calls, and what they think they need or want might not be in their budget, so we downsell them. And you don't see a lot of people talking about downselling. So if somebody's coming to me like, I want the mastermind, oh, it costs too much, da, 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 da. Okay, well, you should read this ebook. Now I'm downselling you. When you're ready, come back up and let's get the mastermind going, right? So it's just a strategic way, I think, to make some money while you're sleeping, to make some money while you're chilling at the pool. I really stand by that because when I run these sales, it does well. My minimum, that I hope for, the minimum is usually $1,000 a day for those kind of sales while I'm running them. So, and if I exceed even by $10 or $100, I feel very, very accomplished. So shout out to everybody who celebrated my birthday by supporting my business. I appreciate you. But yeah, so for those of you who are trying to start this business, that whole thing was two things: digital products, because those classes that I put on sales, on sale, or those ebooks that I put on sale, they are living elements on a website that I'm not redoing every day, or I'm not redoing every week. Like, maybe it's time for me to tweak them a little, and you can do that maybe every 6 months, every 7 months, or you can add to it. But they can grow with you. I can add a video here, I can add a document here, which I have done. I can add a new law here, I can do that. But for the most part, I don't have a lot of touch time with these classes. I have a officer who teaches the security portion in person, and then I do the wear and carry portion in person. But for the rest of the stuff, it's not a lot of touch time. So you're doing the sell, and it doesn't really matter because you've already done the work. So you're just getting paid on the work you've already done over and over again while you're chilling at the pool or while you sleep, whatever is your dream to make money, right? Most people are like, I don't even want to make money in my sleep. So I like being awake so I can see what's going on. No, but so that is probably like the mastermind tidbit, is to create some digital products, and then on holidays make sales for those digital products and make the sales material correlate with that holiday. You just can't put up, oh, for sale. If it's Halloween, have some pumpkins. Valentine's Day, it better have a gun and a heart. Like, it's got to have something to catch people's eye of what they've already been looking at all day. They've already been looking at this stuff all day because all the big brands are doing it. All the places are doing it. So you want to fall in line with that, because if they want your product, and something else I haven't done yet, but I think should be done on these holidays, are like gift certificates to your business, or like discounts that they can like transfer to other people. I haven't really done that too much, but that is kind of on my radar to do next. But instead, I just did the $37 because my gift is my prize, honey. That's it. You're getting me and you're getting a good prize. That's my gift. Happy birthday. So that's my opinion on kind of moving your digital products, especially the ones that aren't moving at the moment, and move purpose first and not really dollar first, because you will really drive yourself into the ground if you're just dollar first. In my opinion, of course, the money does matter, but also what kind of product you're putting out, when you're putting it out, things like that matter as well. So let's see what else happened this weekend. So we got asked this weekend. I did some hiring this weekend, and let me just talk about the hiring process. So we did some hiring this weekend via email. So we have a checklist, like just a straight checklist. For me, I think it's straightforward. For other people, it's very confusing. But the checklist basically says, we want your resume or a brief description. We want your photocopy of your credentials and ID. We want photos of your uniform items. So sometimes we supply shirts, and patches, but we want to see what plain polo you have, or t-shirt, or hoodie, whatever time of the year it is. And then we want to see your BDUs and your boots and your belt. And if you're armed, we want to see the type of holster, gun belt, and vest that you have. I think a lot of times people are so used to being hired without being questioned that a lot of people fall off in our hiring process. And I say this a lot. I said this in a recent interview that I posted on Instagram, that a lot of people fall off in that hiring process because we don't allow you to come mediocre, right? Unless we know that we can get you to that medium line and then flourish you to the top tier. But if we can't even, if you can't even meet the mediocre and you're lower, we can't do anything with you because it's not fair to us as a company or a brand, but then it's not fair to you to put expectations on you that we know you cannot meet. And I need everybody to understand that everybody can't meet the expectation, and it's okay. But because we don't just leave you and say, nah, we leave you and go, hey, no, you need to do a proper duty belt. Here's some examples. Click this link. Here's my Amazon store. And then we go, hey, these are approved. We're not in the era of Nike boots anymore, right? Especially Nike boots with the mesh on the side top, and they're not even just the plain ACGs, right? We have to learn how to step it up a little. I know plenty of companies that will allow you to do it. It won't happen here. That's just how it go, okay? So then we go down to the duty belt. Duty belts are very confusing. If you're not armed, what we're looking for is, I want to say, a minimalist tactical belt. And you could literally put that in Google, minimalist tactical belt, and you'll get examples, right? And I think people are like, oh, well, I got this black leather belt, but the skinny black leather belt that doesn't even fit in the belt loops of your pants won't be approved, okay? No, all right? Let's go to oversized suits. Bruh, this ain't the year of Kings of Comedy. Step the game up. Get it tailored. Buy a new suit. If you haven't bought a new suit in the last 5-10 years, brother man, that's not the suit for you to be wearing for after hours. It won't happen. And that's why I make people send photos, because what you say and what is actual reality is always different. So for suits, they need to be fitted. They need to be tailored. And a lot of times people are like, I don't have a black suit, but I have this. Sometimes we work with them depending on the client. Wearing colorful suits is fine. If you know me, you've seen me in a yellow, green, red, purple, all kinds of suits. So sometimes it's not really the color, it just depends on the client and the detail. But every grown man, hello, let me tap this. Every grown man should own a suit. Okay, y'all out here 45, tell me something, I don't own a suit, I'm gonna have to go get one. Yes, brother, you should go get one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you should. I don't know why nobody told you that, but yes, if you're a grown man, you should definitely have a suit. Y'all out here not knowing how to even go, where to go to buy the suits. I don't even actually know. I get a lot of stuff off online, but I think you can go to Marshalls, you can go to K&G, you can go to, I don't know, but you could go, okay? Google it. Y'all coming to me and telling me y'all want to work at these high-end places, the event halls, you want to work at the luxury apartments, but then when it's time for that uniform check part, they're like, oh, I don't have a suit. I got these khaki pants and this yellow polo. No, no, sir, no, okay, no. Now, if you're younger, that's understandable, but the older guys, I'm just giving y'all a warning right now. You're going to get ate up and tossed back just via email, so don't even try, don't even do it. So what else we got? The boots. I don't allow Nike sneakers unless you got like some sort of like medical situation, and if you do, you might not want to be doing these posts and details anyway, right? So sneakers, we don't allow stuff with color. Somebody submitted a sneaker with a white bottom and red stitching. No, they need to be all black, and they need to be actual boots, right? They have them at Walmart. I was about to say Kmart, but they have them at Walmart. You can get duty boots anywhere for any kind of price. They range from $29 and up. So I'm not trying to hear it. You guys won't need to be prepared for the work that you're trying to do. And if you've never worked in the industry, that's still understandable. But being upset when you get told, hey, no, we don't allow this. Here's some examples. Take that on the chin. Come back when you're ready. I'll be here. We won't be here forever. After hours ain't going nowhere. So when you're ready, come back. That's all we're saying to you, right? Then we got people who go through the whole thing. And let's see. We had somebody who had the polo shirt. Okay, let me explain what polo means, okay? Yes, there is a company called Polo. Ralph Lauren, yes, we all know that. But that is also a style of shirt, too. So when we say polo shirt, a plain polo shirt, plain also means like my hat. My hat would seem to be plain, except for if you look closely above my right eye, you see this tag that says Callaway. That is branding. So when we say plain, we mean no branding. We mean no logos. We mean no words, no phrases, no symbols. Plain, just black, the cheap kind. Okay, we want it plain because it gives you a cleaner, slicker look and it allows people to understand this person's not here for the party. They're security, right? I had someone go back and forth with Huey, the hiring assistant, over whether or not his polo was plain, and we had to take a screenshot, zoom in, and show him the big man on the horse. And sir, that's not plain. So when we say these things, I want you guys to be prepared because more and more companies are getting stricter on the way they let you show up. Now, we're not here to tell you what brand, how much to spend, all those things, because if we're not buying it, we can't be telling you that, right? So I'm a firm believer in that. If I'm not buying it, I can't require you to have it once I hire you if I didn't start at the beginning. But we have a list of things that we approve and a list of things we don't approve. So we can't tell you what brand and how much to spend on it, especially with vests. The only thing we don't do with vests is we don't allow people to wear vests without plates. One, it looks stupid and doesn't make any sense. Okay, maybe that was two things. But it looks stupid and doesn't make any sense. And I've actually had this conversation several times. I had this conversation in the middle of a festival. I told the boy, hey, go take that off. If you get shot, you're dying anyway. So it doesn't make sense to also look dumb. So you got this vest on. It doesn't have any life-saving plates inside. And it's folding and it's looking tacky. We want to look a little upscale. Yes, we're doing security, we might get down and dirty, but I would like, I'm gonna go as far as to say that I want After Hours to be a luxury tactical company. I would go as far as to say that. Now, when I start supplying full-fledged uniforms, yeah, it'll be super luxury tactical security. But in the meantime, you just gotta meet the minimum standard: clean, fitting, and plain. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And actual tactical stuff, tactical boots, tactical belt, even if you're unarmed, same thing. Same thing with suits. Clean, fitted, sleek. So you want to have a blue one and you want to have a black one, or a blue one and a gray one. And that could cover most posts. If you have a black suit, that'll cover all posts. But if you have a blue, gray, that'll cover most posts as well. So that's what we've been doing. We've been sending that out, sending that checklist out. When you email somebody for a job, instead of emailing and just attaching your resume and not saying anything, how about you use ChatGPT if you can't think of it. It's AI out here. It's a lot of different ways. If you're looking for a job, if you're DMing, if you're sending an Instagram DM or a Facebook DM, same thing. Do an intro. Young folks, ain't nobody paying you attention. Yes, I said ain't. Ain't nobody, especially me, paying you attention if you say, yo, y'all hiring? Yo, go talk to your mother and ask her why she didn't teach you how to talk. If you text and say, need a job, I might answer. But it's still bad. If you text nothing, send the resume. At least say, hi, how you doing? My name is such and such. I'm trying to inquire, or I'm looking to see, or wondering if, like, it could be the most simple thing, but have a little bit of etiquette. I think we're losing the etiquette in this industry. We're losing it, but I don't play with it. So y'all gotta bring it back if y'all coming on this side of the world right here. So if you want to put in something on LinkedIn, DMs on Facebook and Instagram, y'all gotta stop just saying. First of all, don't address me as yo. We are not homeboys and we are not homegirls. So be proper if you want to get any attention from hiring part of this whole thing. There's a lot of people I go, hey, that's not how you approach this. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's try again. And then the conversation goes great. Understand that when you guys are on these like Facebook groups and people are putting out the jobs and they say email this or call this if interested, and then you try to do it DM or you try to do it inbox, you're probably not going to get a response because you're literally showing that you cannot follow simple directions. I see that argument all the time on those Maryland and Baltimore security officer Facebook groups. People are like, hey, I put in for this and you didn't answer. And then people are like, well, I said call this number if interested or text this number and you DM me, yo, I'm trying to work. That's not how it works. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard so that we can look at you in a higher standard. Because one thing y'all like to do is come mediocre but want to get paid all the money in the world. And it do not work like that. Nowadays, it does not matter if you have a firearm or not. You're still not worth what you're trying to be worth because you don't put in the work ethic, you don't answer details, you don't answer in the proper etiquette or language, you go to sleep, you be late, you do this, but then you're like, man, I need to make $25, $30 an hour. No, you do not. No, you do not. You need to go to etiquette school. Y'all think just because you got a gun on your hip, the value goes up. Actually, the value goes down for me because you're more of a liability than anything. When you got a gun on your hip, your value for us does not go up. It actually goes down because now I got to worry about this part of you. Is it mental? Are you actually prepared to save someone, yourself, or property? Or do you know when to pull, when not to pull, when to use a taser, when not to use a taser, when to use your baton or OC, and when not to use your... So actually being armed is actually more of a liability. And yes, sometimes you get paid more if you're armed, but that's just because the site works that way, right? So all these things during hiring, you got to think about the way that you first impression. If it's email, DM, you got to think about it. The first thing you say is actually your first impression. There's not a lot of places that do these come in for an interview, because interviews to me, interviews sometimes just full of lies anyway, right? I want to have a regular conversation with you to see how you're acting, how you're comprehending, things like that. So hiring process takes forever because some people don't follow directions. Some people don't have what they need and just assume they're just going to be put on a site and they can look any old kind of way. That's not what after hours clients expects from us. So that's not what we're going to start to give them. I had a client call me because somebody had on wheat Timbs and they called me ASAP. And the boy just was looking dumb when I came up there like, you got to go. Like, this is not a New York block. We're not about to go to the bodega, brother. Like, for real. So clients really pay attention to that kind of stuff, even though you think, hey, I showed up. That's all that it is. No, it's a full package. You have to follow through with everything we promise, not just showing up. We promise to show up, but we also promise to look the part and act the part as well. So that's what we went through as well. We were going through a lot of different hiring. What else did we go through this weekend besides 37 sales of the $37 thing? And then we did some hiring. And then we definitely got offered to do 7 days a week at one of our properties. So shout out to us. I gotta find where's those, like, last week I found the clapping thing. But yeah, we oh, there you go, hold on. 7 days a week, 16 hours at one of our properties. So that's really good. And that's another thing of just not all money is good money, but taking something that you feel may be less than or small and waiting for it to flourish to something big. That's something I'm practicing while I'm preaching because sometimes patience isn't always in me, but lately I've been learning that patience is needed in this industry, and things may seem a little rocky at first. I gotta get this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this better pay off kind of thing, but then a couple of weeks later it does pay off and it blooms into something bigger each time you look at it. So it's like, sometimes in this business things just really are like a beautiful flower, and sometimes it's just a shit show. You never actually know when that time is coming, but it is what it is. So boom. And what else we got? So shout out to the people who are my affiliates. If you don't know that we have an affiliate program with our training division where you get 10% of every sale that you push, make, or whatever. So basically you sign up to be an affiliate, and once you sign up, you have access to links on every course that we have, including ebooks. You can promote them, send them out, promote them as yours, promote them as ours, whatever it is you want to do. And then once you make a sale, somebody clicks your link. Once you make a sale, you automatically get 10% of that sale, depending on how much the actual course or ebook is depending on how much your 10% is. But shout out to the people who were sending those birthday deals out. Our affiliates did make some money this weekend, so shout out to them for being on point. I saw some videos. I think one of our affiliates, she's training to be a pilot, and she actually like shot a video. Well, she already probably had it, but she had a video of her on a motorcycle pulling up to the airplane. And once she got to the airplane, it was like, I'm hosting a CCW class today, only $37. And so that was pretty dope like that. We had some people posting on Facebook as well as my post. I actually only made one post just to see. I'm trying out a different type of posting, and I wanted to see what that would do to the algorithm. And I want to say, I'm going to go look at the post right now. Um, it's on Facebook and Instagram, but I want to say that post is at 2.5K views, 140 likes, 14 shares, and 141 comments. But a lot of people were saying happy birthday because I did make it about my birthday. But the 14 shares and the 2.5K views, that's pretty dope. So what I did was I went back to that post a couple of days ago, and I changed up the caption because my birthday is past. So I left the top part and I just said, if you're looking at this after my birthday, sale might be over, but the courses are still available. Click the link in the bio. And then I said what's still available, blah, 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 right? You organically are using these kind of things over and over. And that's something I'm learning too. So I'm sharing with y'all as well. So, yeah. So, I mean, it was a busy week. For after hours. We obviously still had our posts and things like that, but I definitely was learning how to push those digital products a little differently. So that's my spiel today. My spiel today is, if you in this industry, definitely create you a digital product, whether it's a how-to ebook, whether it's a little short course that you can have, they call it evergreen, that can just sit on your website and people can buy at any point in time, 24/7, 365 days. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is really the key to making some passive income, selling those digital products and those classes. And in that mastermind, I kind of teach all different kinds of digital products. Some of the digital products on the list I don't even have, but it's a good idea, like pamphlets, workbooks, how-to things like that. Like, yeah, like anything, like how people who do food content, they have a link in their bio for like $1 a recipe card or something like that. Like, if you get 1,000 people to buy that $1 product, you got $1,000. Like, you know what I mean? So if your video is getting 400 views, that's 400 people in a room. If it was in a room, that'd be a lot. You just think on social media, it looks small. So that's what I was doing with the birthday post. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take these people who are saying happy birthday to me. And when they would say happy, this is the other thing I did. When they would say happy birthday in my DM, I would say thank you. And then maybe like 20 minutes after or 30 minutes after, I would go back and say, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm having a massive flash sale for my birthday, $37 for 7 hours. Da-da-da. Feel free to share or grab you something. And that's kind of how I piggybacked on people saying happy birthday. And so I did that. Those was my Meta glasses. I did that on DM, and I did that on, I think, text message too. So the digital products, the sales on the holiday, that's your lesson for today. All right, that's how I made money on my 37th birthday, because I did not physically work, but I did run that sale. So if you want to know more about that stuff, you definitely need to dive into the mastermind, because I touch on that. Not the $37 sale, but I do touch on digital products and how to sell digital products and what digital products you can make. So just, stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a little bit more of this kind of more update type of format. We're gonna still have guests. The guest that was actually supposed to be today, they're actually serving a warrant right now, so they couldn't come on. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit more important, so that's okay. But we're gonna be doing more of an updated teaching lessons through this. Like, hey, this is how I made a sale today. This is what I did. This is what I'm gonna do. So, oh, and shout out to one of my umbrella students. They got their logo. They got their website. Uh, they got the LLC popping. They got pretty much everything going. They have a meeting this week with their first client, which might be a hotel. So mastermind students are coming out of that digital product and they're hitting the ground running and they're going hard. So make sure y'all check that out because there's a lot of gems in that. So me and my meta glasses gotta go. Thank you for tuning in today. Told y'all I was gonna be short, sweet, and simple. I'm gonna tell you how I made money and how you can make the money too, and where to go to learn the rest. And I did that. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure y'all check us out. If you didn't catch this live, you can catch it on Spotify and iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts later today or tomorrow. Listen to it in the shower or on the way to work. All right, I'm Jazz, the CEO. This is Industry Talk Podcast. We're out.